It's the 35th Annual American Bowling Congress Masters Tournament.
The year was 1985, and 27-year-old Steve Wunderlich found himself on top of the Masters field, #1 seed in the stepladder and on the brink of his first professional title. But it certainly wasn't easy.
The conditions that week were extremely difficult. The scores were real low. Very few people averaged 200 for the week, and the last morning I bowled Rick Pollard, and the lanes were brutal. Both of us were really lost, and I just barely grinded out against a really outstanding bowler, Rick, and I had no idea what to do. I literally had no idea what I was going to do in the next match. Luckily, because I was still in the winner's bracket at this point, that was my 4th win, so I was 4-0. I went and sat in the highest point of the arena where I could see everybody bowling at one time, and I looked to see if anybody was bowling good. And I found one guy with a 5-bagger. His name is Charlie Lacey, and he had 5 in a row. And I'm telling you, 5 in a row was like 2 300s back to back in this event. So I ran down to watch what Charlie was doing, and he was playing a part of the lane not another person in the building that I know of was playing. He was playing 12. So I ran out and I drilled a new ball for my next match, and I used some very unique drillings to try to make it do what Charlie's ball was doing. And honestly, that was the reason why I won the Masters, because that ball gave me the look that Charlie had.
Wunderlich rode that wave through the final match, easily rolling to an 80-pin victory, and finally into the winner's circle.
I was very much excited, but almost it was a relief. I had been on tour for 5 years, and I had made quite a few telecasts, and I'd bowled very well on TV. Just always seemed to be in the wrong place at the right time, and it was kind of becoming known on tour that I couldn't win, and so it was really much more like getting the monkey off my back than it was an ecstatic feeling of jubilation.
25 years later, bowling is still Steve's passion as Director of Membership Development for USBC. And every year as the Masters rolls around, he is reminded of that shining moment. But does it feel like a quarter of a century?
In some ways it feels like a lot more than that, because my tour life just seems like several lifetimes ago. I quit bowling in '92 professionally, and I've been working so hard in the industry ever since that almost seems like some other person's life. So in some respects, it seems like forever ago. But on the other hand, when somebody like you asked me these questions and I sit down and I really start thinking about my experiences on tour, they pop back into my mind so clearly that it seems like it was just yesterday, and I can remember the emotions.
And the Masters remembers Steve.
He is the 1985 American Bowling Congress Masters Champion.